What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Cards and Coffee. On today's episode of Reloaded, we're opening Crimson Crisis and Raging Battle. There are a lot of really good cards in these two sets, but the biggest game changers for this week's meta is definitely the release of Black Wings. Now, Ricardo and I have been going back and forth about this deck, and we both agree this is definitely going to be a very scary deck if either of us can pull the core this week. That being said, there are a lot of cards that need to be pulled to play the deck, but all of it is rare and common. So it's pretty likely one of us should have most of a core, if not a complete core for the deck. There are some extra deck monsters that are super and ultra, but they're really not needed to play the deck. It's just more of a icing on top of the cake kind of situation. But with all that in mind, we both definitely have to build our decks to be prepared for it, whether we're playing it or not. It's just way too risky to not factor that deck in this week. For those of you familiar with Cimoooooooo series, this deck ran rampant for several episodes for them, but Ricardo and I are fairly hopeful that that's not going to be the case in this series, mainly because our ban list rules have been different since the start of this series, and with the addition of starter deck cards, our meta has definitely played out way different. This week will definitely be the only week we could play this deck at full power, but still, even the week after that, the only hit it really endures is Gale going to 1, so the deck is definitely still going to be playable after that. But I'm getting way too ahead of myself. We still got to spin some wheels. We got to open the packs first, and hopefully things will go our way this week. If Ricardo doesn't step up his game, I don't know if he's going to be able to catch up before this season ends. Now, speaking of our season ending, Ricardo and I have both been going back and forth exactly how we want to split up our series, and both of us have agreed that we think we're going to do 2 seasons, one here on this channel and the second season over on his channel. Ricardo just started his own channel, TCG. Go check him out if you get a chance. But long story short, Ricardo and I both feel that we should probably end season 1 after the 5Ds era, since that's really the halfway point anyway. And after that, you can find the remainder of this series on his channel. But just know, in about a month's time, this series will be hopping over to another channel. That way I can show a little love and support for Ricardo and his growing channel as well. So if you're a fan of the series, please, I really hope that you hop over, go subscribe to his channel as well. And when season 1 is all said and done, we'll see if Ricardo can actually catch up. I'm ready to get this episode started, but first, as always, guys, please go grab yourself a cup of coffee or something. That way you guys can sit down and tune in. Thanks, guys.
Well, unfortunately, my Synchro deck couldn't keep up with Glad Beast last week, and it was kind of to be expected in that 1, Glad Beasts are pretty much at full power right now, and 2, I was running 46 cards, and I know what you're saying. Ricardo, why did you play 46 cards? And hey, let's not ask questions that I don't have answers to. So let's just focus on the wheel here. Duelist Genesis has a lot of good things left for me to pull. Ideally, I'll pull a Secret or an Ultra because I would like to get either Charge of Light Brigade or Red Dragon, but I can't really complain either way, but it looks like I will be getting a Secret. Well, the answer for Duelist Genesis is pretty obvious to me. We have to go with Charge of the Light Brigade because, well, come on. Come on. As for Cross with the Chaos, there's really only one card that I want, and that is Plague Spreader. Will I see it or will I just not? That's the real question. And it looks like the answer is going to be yes. We've added Plague Spreader to the lineup. So we've pulled Charge of the Light Brigade and Plague Spreader. I am pleased. I can only pray that Justin did not pull Broken because I rolled Broken. Let's get to our packs.
All right, 2 more winner's wheels. Hopefully we get ultra rare. I would definitely like Stardust or maybe another E-Telly. I feel like on paper 2 Telly is way better, but I just love Stardust so much, so I don't know. Either way, there's a bunch of other cards we missed, so my fingers are crossed that this week goes pretty good for us. Let's see what we get. Yes, okay. Ultra rare in Duelist Genesis. That's awesome. This is so hard to pick because really I already have 2 Allure of Darkness, and then 2 Emergency Teleport sounds really crazy, but I really don't have a good level 8 Synchro outside of my Colossal Fighter, so Stardust is so amazing, and again, like I said, it's one of my favorite cards, and I'm very torn on whether or not to pass up on it or not, because Teleport is just such a great card. You know what? Really, Teleport is the better card, but I feel like if I pass up on Stardust, I'm just asking for bad karma. I'm going to go ahead and grab a Stardust, even though Teleport just makes more sense on paper. But hey, my favorite Synchro, I cannot pass it up. Now we're going to spin for Crossroad of Chaos. Again, this could be another Ultra Rare, which would be amazing. There's just so many good things. Oh, yes. Okay. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. Back-to-back Ultras. I'm so torn. I could get like a second Black Rose like Ricardo, but I don't see two really ever coming up. I think I'm torn between Plague Spreader and Titanial. And, oh, man. Again, another really tough decision. Plague Spreader is just a really amazing tuner, and I don't really have the zombie support to abuse it, but it's still an amazing card now and in the future. Okay, I'm going to go with my gut on this one. I am going to choose Plague Spreader Zombie. I just feel like it's an amazing level 2 tuner, and since I passed out on Teleport, I might as well at least help myself in the Synchro department in some way.
Crimson Crisis is one of the most important sets of the 5Ds era because it introduces Blackwings into the game. One of the most important archetypes of all the 5Ds. Honestly, this set's pretty bad overall. A lot of Assault Mode monsters, a couple of nice cards like Debris Dragon, Arcanite Magician, and of course the Blackwings themselves, but aside from the Blackwings, there's not a lot here to offer, so let's just hope for the best. Pack number 1, nothing really strong here. Pack number 2, we get an Assault Beast, so we have one card for the Assault Mode engine. Next up, we get nothing really. Okay, we do get a Dark Strike Fighter, which is, well, one hell of a card. Question is, do I use it? We get a Gale, which is really nice to have. Can I pull the other Blackwings? I get a Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode, which is cool, but I have yet to see an Assault Mode activate, which is kind of scary. I do get an Arcanite Magician, which is insane.
Okay, we're going to jump straight into Crimson Crisis. My fingers are crossed for the Blackwings, like I said. I just feel like it's one of the best decks at this low a rarity that we'll ever have access to. Outside of that, there's also like Debris Dragon and even Dark Strike Fighter, so there's some really insane meta-relevant cards. But again, Blackwings is going to be the name of the game this week. Hopefully we get lucky, and well, hopefully Ricardo gets unlucky. First pack, let's flip it up. Okay. This has nothing except for a flip-flop frog. I guess I'll take that. Okay, this also has nothing. Trap Eater, shout out to Beto. If you know, then you know. Okay, here's a really solid pack. We got Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind. This is like the best generic tuner for this deck. Even decks that aren't Blackwing have played this in like Chaos, so definitely glad to have this. It just halves one of your opponent's monsters' attack points, so very good at swinging over a lot of problem cards. It's 13, so basically you can run over anything that's 2,500 or less. Definitely glad I have the one. The more, the merrier. We also got a Dupe Frog. That's awesome for future Frog stuff. Hopefully we can get more as well. Wow, okay, back-to-back Gales. Definitely going to try to play these if we play Blackwing. Oh, and here's a Bora as well. That's pretty awesome. Okay, another Blackwing card. Sirocco. Definitely need like 2 to 3 of this. Pretty solid card. Outside of that, we really haven't hit much. Just some more Blackwings.
We're at the halfway point, and we get our first Assault Mode activate. We get a second Assault Mode activate, and we get 2 more Blackwings. We get a Hyper Psychic Blaster. Honestly, I think the big ones here are the Blackwings, and as hard as it would be, can I get the Assault Mode Stardust? That's really the most usable one here.
Oh, here's Black Salvo. That's pretty cool. Super rare, so that's awesome. On normal summon, you can special summon a Dark Machine from your grave. I believe it has to be level 4 exactly as well. This really only has synergy with something like Dekoichi, and it makes an instant level 7 Synchro, so that's actually pretty good. I don't know if I'd go this route, but if I had enough salvos and, I don't know, maybe some more support, it's a pretty cool idea, but I'm still banking on Blackwings. That's my third Sirocco. Oh, another awesome super rare Dark Strike Fighter. This is going to be pre-errata right now, so this card is really insane. In case you don't know what it does, you contribute one of your monsters to burn your opponent's life points by 200 times the level. So a level 4 essentially burns for 800, a 10 burns for 2,000. Anyway, the reason this is so insane is pre-errata is it's not once per turn. There's a lot of really crazy burn combos that this card makes happen, so I don't know if we'll ever be able to pull it off, but there's definitely going to be some times where this could come up for game. Super awesome, and I'm very glad we have it.
The question is, what's next? Nothing really. We did get a Sirocco the Dawn, but just one, unfortunately. We got an Assault Beast, which, I mean, I guess could be good in the future. We do get double Blackwing Bora. We got the one Gale, if I'm not mistaken. You know, Blackwing-wise, I don't think it's going to be it. I think, you know, luckily I got the Plague, so we do get Zombies, which is good. We got Assault Mode activate, so like I said, the Assault Mode could be live. I did get a Psychic Blaster, a Dark Strike Fighter, and an Arcanite Magician. So my Synchro lineup is looking pretty stacked right now. But the question is, can I really get into them reliably without the Blackwings to go?
Okay, here's another Bora, and there's the third Gale. I think you could make it work with 2 Bora, but you definitely want a third. It's a common, so hopefully I get it. I'm only on pack 15. Hey, there's a Debris Dragon. Very glad I got that. I'd love to get one more if I could. Debris Dragon is definitely one of my favorite tuner monsters in the game. Hopefully we can get at least one more. All right, third Dupe Frog. Very glad I got that. Going on to the last pack, this opening was perfect. We got all the Blackwings. We even got a Dark Strike Fighter and 1 Debris Dragon and I think a Black Salvo. So all in all, pretty great. Oh, I totally forgot this card came in this set. Armor Master is the pinnacle of Blackwing Synchro support. There's a level 6 next set, which we definitely want, but this one, oh man. I have to play Blackwing if I pull everything now, because my extra deck is looking stacked. This is insane. Got my Dupe Frogs, got a playset of Gale, playset of Bora, playset of Sirocco, got the Armor Master, we got that Black Salvo, I think we got the 1 Debris Dragon. I don't know what else I can ask for. Oh, and there's the Dark Strike Fighter wherever he's at. Super, super awesome. Okay, next set. Fingers crossed, man. It's still not over. It's not in the bag. We definitely need all the other support for this deck to work. Here's hoping. Our
second set of the week is Raging Battle, and honestly, this one's pretty loaded with Blackwings. There's a couple cards that I really would like to pull, like 1 for 1. The Synchro lineup, well, it's not as strong as it has been in previous packs, but I guess Power Tool could be interesting later on the line, especially since we do technically have access to something like the Butterfly Dagger OTK. So let's get into it and see what we get here. Nothing really much in this first pack. Okay, so we do get Kalut. Okay. We also get a Black Whirlwind. So the Blackwing support is looking better. Admittedly, I'd prefer to have more than 1 Gale, but you know, can't really complain, I guess. We get a Snowman Eater, a Phyrexian Seed, and I believe this is my second Shura.
Okay, next set is Raging Battle. We hit everything we needed last set and more, so yeah, the planets are definitely aligning. Ricardo's definitely going to need some help if I pull the rest of this Blackwing support. First pack, here's hoping. Flip it up. There is Shura. First one, super solid pack. Okay, pack 3. Hey, there's a pretty cool rare Snowman Eater. Hopefully you can get 1 or 2 more. That's a pretty good card. Next pack, there's the third Shura and the second Kalut. We just need 1 more Kalut, 3 Black Whirlwind, and at least 1 or 2 Blizzard. And, well, we got ourselves a tier 1 deck for sure. There it is, Blizzard number 1 and Black Whirlwind number 1.
We get an Evil Thorn. We get a third Kalut. So, you know, options. We are over the halfway point. We get Magical Planner, another Evil Thorn. So far, nothing really solid for me, I think. And there it is, the 1 for 1. So, 1 for 1 and another Black Whirlwind. So, overall, pretty good so far. A couple packs left here.
Okay, there's the third Kalut and a second Snowman Eater. That's also a second Evil Thorn. I don't know if that'll ever come up, but it's a pretty cool card. Halfway point. Black Whirlwind, and there's also Mirror of Oaths. That's a pretty cool side deck card, but of course, Black Whirlwind, the highlight. We need 1 more of those, and well, we got ourselves a deck. Okay, there's the third Black Whirlwind. There's another Trap Stun and Morphotronic Remoten. At this rate, I don't think I'm going to be playing Morphotronics, but that's definitely one of the tuners you'd want to play in the deck. Oh, okay, I totally forgot this was in the set. Deep Sea Diva, that is an amazing rare. I would love to get a playset of this if I could, but that was pack 21, and really, if I got a Blackwing deck out of this, there's no way I can complain about not hitting multiple Divas, let's be real.
A Forbidden Chalice, I forgot that was in this set, so that's going to be pretty interesting going forward. Another Snowman Eater. And the final pack, nothing much. Okay, so we do start things off with Phoenixion Cluster Amaryllis, which is interesting. I'm not sure if I can make it work. I do have the one Lone Fire, but is one Lone Fire going to be enough? I mean, right now I'm really thinking between zombies and plants, but I think zombies has, well, quite a bit more synergy going for it. Our Blackwings are pretty okay here. We did get a couple Shuras. We got a bunch of Kalutes. So those, I guess, are kind of viable. We get double Snowman Eater. We got a lot of plant support, which is good. Double Black Whirlwind. To me, the highlight, though, is the 1-for-1 because it opens me up for combos in the future. Of course, the Forbidden Chalice is a great defensive option. Trap-wise, we didn't really get much. But at the same time, I can't really complain. No extra deck cards, though, from Raging Battle, which is a shame because I really would have loved the Power Tool Dragon. Honestly, the set wasn't bad. I think we have a lot of good pulls this week, but what's going to come down to is what's going to have the best synergy. So that being said, it's time to build.
1-for-1. Wow, I totally forgot that. And Delta Crow. Wow, that's insane. That was the last pack, and I totally missed it. Yeah. All in all, not too bad. I can't complain. I got a whole Blackwing deck out of it. I didn't hit the level 6 Synchro. I forget its name, so that's kind of a bummer. But again, I cannot complain with my openings. There is no room. I got the Armor Master as well, so that's arguably better because I still have Goyo Guardian for the extra deck. So all in all, pretty dang good opening. We got the Kalutes, got the Whirlwinds, the Shuras. Only one Blizzard, but I think I can make that work no problem. Also got a couple Snowman Eaters, a couple of Trap Stuns, the one Deep Sea Diva, the one 1-for-1, the Delta Crow, which is really crazy. And yeah, I mean, this, like I said, this opening is just insane, really, when you look at it. Pretty sure you guys already know what I'm going to build, but I'm definitely going to try to put forward my best build I can, especially because I have a feeling if Ricardo doesn't bring Blackwing, then he's probably going to be on some kind of Chaos Synchro again. So I'm going to have to plan for both those decks, and, well, we'll see what Ricardo brings. He's going to need all the help he can get.
All right, so the deck this week is a more refined Synchro deck. Our tuner lineup is pretty much the same, except now we have Plague Spreader to the lineup. We dropped the Mind Master just because we don't really need it. But the Plague is great because, one, we have Painful Choice, we have Graceful Charity, Charge of the Light Brigade, the Lightsworn monsters. It's easy to dump Plague in the grave. It's just a matter of getting to him and then Plague doing his thing. We've added Amaryllis into the main deck. We're running 2 of the Seeds. Lone Fire, I think this is Lone Fire's debut in my deck. So the idea is simple. We summon Lone Fire, grab one of the Seeds, and then special Amaryllis. Or we just hard draw the Seeds himself and summon Amaryllis from there. Unfortunately, we do have to hard draw the Amaryllis, which could be a bit of an issue, but 0 defense means that it's searchable. I think we'll be okay. BLS and Dad make their return. We got Zombie Master in the deck because, of course, we're running Plague Spreader. Gigaplant to make use of the Lone Fire. Witch of the Black Forest and Sandgans to search pretty much everything in the deck, including Dad and the Amaryllis. We're running Spirit Reaper just because, we're on Zombie Master. Next up, we got our Lightsworn package here. Ideally, we would have had a Lila, but unfortunately we don't have one, so we just gotta make do with what we do. So double Jane, 1 Lumina, and our double Raikos. The Raikos are a little special because, of course, Junk Synchron can bring them back. We got the 2 Seeds, and then our spell line was pretty much the same, so now we had Charge of Light Brigade, we're throwing in Book of Life because of zombies, True Nade, and Heavy Storm. Heavy Storm is pretty much free because, to my knowledge, Justin doesn't have a Stardust Dragon, so let's go for it. MST makes its main deck return because, well, I'm really having an issue with some of Justin's back row, so I gotta make sure it's gone. Our 1 E-Telly makes its return because, of course, we have the Psychic monsters. Instant Fusion because we got our Psychic bodies here to make Synchro material. Pot of Avarice because, well, we are running Lightsworns. And, of course, we're now in the Synchro era, so bringing back our tuners is pretty damn good. Our Forbidden Chalice is pretty strong because it's a free negate. Next up, card of safe return because, once again, I am running cards like Stardust and Colossal. It's just a guaranteed free draw, essentially. Double Solemn, double Bottomless, Compulse, and Mirror Force. Pretty solid trap lineup. Cut down a lot from last week, obviously, because, well, last week we lacked a lot of speed. Side deck, we got Breaker and DD Warrior Lady. Breaker to pop back row. DD Warrior Lady isn't out to anything. Double Royal Decree. I'm really not going to be running Jinzo anymore just because, well, we milled Jinzo and that was a 4th name for Dad. So we got to be very careful with what we have in the deck. Royal Decree, it's a trap. It's not searchable like Jinzo was, but it's also not a dark monster. So there's that. Triple Shadow Imprisoning Mirror because if Justin is on Black Wings, I got to be prepared. 2 DD Crow, and then our usual trap lineup finishes out the side deck. Our extra deck is pretty much the same as last week, except we're adding Revive King Hades because we now have access to Plague. We're adding Arcanite Magician and Dark Strike Fighter. We did pull an extra Colossal Fighter, but right now I think we're just going to go with the 1. We'll see if that changes next week, but for right now I think 1 is pretty much the way to go. Overall, I'm really excited to see where this goes because we got a lot going on for us, and honestly it's just a matter of making it work. The biggest right here is going to be if Justin pulls Black Wings. That, of course, is a huge issue because that deck is, well, it's the top right now. So ideally, we need to keep up with it in both speed and power, and I think that this will probably give us our best shot at doing that. Either way, I'm looking forward to what's about to happen because, well, we're in the 5Ds era, and that just means that it's fun from here on out.
So after the hours of thinking about what deck I should bring this week, I finally came to the conclusion that
why don't we play Blackwing?
This week, obviously, we're bringing Black Wings. Shoutouts to Cimo, just a little tribute to him. This deck is really insane, and of course, he dominated his series for many episodes with this deck, so I'm very excited to start digging into this. I'm not going to explain this very much, especially if you've seen it on the Progression series, but just know this is the best variant, I think, for this episode because I feel like Ricardo could easily pull the same core that I did, and if he didn't, I still know he's going to be on some kind of Dark Arm deck, so I definitely have to respect that. So starting things off, I maxed out basically on every Blackwing that I have. 3 Sirocco being the 2k beater that helps trigger the Black Whirlwind to search really any monster in my deck. Not only that, but it's a level 5, so when you combine it with Gale, sets up some level 8 synchro plays. 3 Bora, just the free special summon of the deck, plus Piercing, always really good, especially when paired with Kalut. 3 Shura, again, like there's a lot of names in here, but we're just trying to see Blackwings to play the game. And when Shura runs something over by battle, you can bring out one of the tuners and Synchro in main phase 2. Since we have access to Armor Master, we actually have a half-decent main phase 2 Synchro play, so Cimo actually didn't have that in his deck, so it's pretty cool. After that, triple Kalut, of course, amazing for this deck. Also running triple Gale, this will quickly go to 1, so definitely going to play the 3 while we can. Just an amazing generic tuner for really any deck that can support it. And of course, the 1 Blizzard. We only pulled the 1, and I think 1 is fine anyway, so it's the smallest Blackwing we search at the bottom of the ladder of Black Whirlwind, so definitely going to be cool to set up some really cool Goyo plays potentially. Onto the spells, we have the double Allure of Darkness. Again, the whole deck is dark, so this card's super free in the deck. 3 Black Whirlwind, this is what makes the deck so great. Normal of Blackwing, search the deck for one with lower attack. Not once per turn technically, but you know, this card's pretty crazy. After that, just a bunch of staples: Graceful Charity, Raigeki, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, True Nade, Monster Reborn, Change of Heart, Premature Burial, Snatch Steal, and Double Book of Moon. So really quickly, I feel like all the staples are pretty self-explanatory. The reason I'm playing Double Book of Moon is because of how flexible it is. I think it's at 3 this week, but, you know, I only own the 2 anyway. Not only being able to stop synchro plays, but it also can stop something like a Blackwing triggering Black Whirlwind on summon. Plus, if it is a mirror match, being able to set Ricardo's monsters, that way I don't run into a Kalut, can be very helpful. All in all, Book of Moon, super amazing card, so I think it definitely earns the main deck spot. Moving on to the traps, triple Icarus attack. This card's really insane in this deck. The whole deck is Wing Beast, so yeah, we're definitely playing this powerhouse. Double Royal Oppression. Again, I'm only playing this because I'm assuming Ricardo's going to either be on some kind of Chaos Dark Arm deck or some Synchro Turbo deck or even a mirror match. And this card, especially when I establish a big monster on my side of the field, is really good. Plus, not only that, we have a bunch of ways to turn this off if ever we needed to. But all in all, this card, if it resolves, can be very oppressive. For the last traps, just the 1-ofs that are broken, the 1 Ring, the 1 Torrential, and of course, Solemn Judgment. Moving on to the side, double DD Crow. This is also a wing beast, so it'll trigger Icarus attack, so that's really awesome. Again, I don't know what he's going to be on this week, so I have a little bit of everything this side just in case. One Grand Mole if he's on a Synchro deck, or even the Mirror, it's pretty good. Double Snowman Eater, this is for really the Mirror match, I guess, because even when Shura swings at it, it's a bigger defense, so it'll get popped. And it makes it to where I can safely set my monsters, and even if he wants to like collude over it, that's like a really free plus because, well, Snowman Eater's just going to pop it anyway. After that, we have double My Body as a Shield. If it's a mirror match, or again, if he's on a bunch of like Warrior Toolbox stuff, these will definitely come in. This is a great card to stop Icarus attack, and of course, like any of the other Broken DM staples. The 1 MST because it's still at 1. The 1 Delta Crow, again, this is just a board wipe essentially for back row, so might as well play it. Triple Light Mirror if he's still on Light Sworns. Double Mind Crush primarily for the mirror match because, well, this is the first deck that really searches a lot of cards, so being able to Mind Crush multiple copies of whatever the heck he's searching could be really good. And of course, Trap Dust Shoot, again, ripping out whatever monster might be in his hand, whether it's Dark Arm, BLS, or maybe even a Kalute if he's on the mirror match. Going on to the extra deck, we have a bunch of fusions that we probably aren't going to summon, but you never know. Anything could happen. The Synchro lineup is pretty much every Synchro that is generic that I can fit in here. The 1 Iron Chain, the 1 Gaia, the 1 Goyo. These 6s are pretty relevant because 2 and 4 with Blizzard should come up. We have the 1 Armor Master, the 1 Strike Fighter, Black Rose, and double Life Transfer. Again, 7 is another really relevant number because of Gale and any level 4. I'm assuming these should put in a lot of work, but again, we never really know until the game plays out. And the last ones are just these last 2 level 8s. Not as likely to make, but we can still make it with Gale and Sirocco. Colossal Fighter, obviously just a house, and Stardust Dragon, protecting myself against board wipes or maybe other Icarus attacks. Very glad this card's added to the collection. And I realized Teleport is at 1 this week, so I guess technically I made the right choice by choosing this over that, but Teleport comes on and off the list so much in Yu-Gi-Oh's history, so I don't know. We'll see if I regret it in the future. Again, this deck really isn't any different than any other Blackwing deck of this era, so I'm not going to tell you this is the best 5-head build ever concocted, but I definitely think it's solid, equipped to face whatever Ricardo might throw at us, and here's hoping I get away with another victory. I got to hit up Ricardo. I'm sure he's very eager to get this one started. It's time to rev it up. Ricardo, what's up, man? How's it going?
Feeling pretty good. You know, we're in the Synchro era, so I can't really complain about whatever happens now. Just having fun.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The card pool is, well, it's a lot of fun to mess with, that's for sure.
Yeah.
These last couple episodes, your polls have been really, really crazy. I don't know how I've been able to fend you off. I guess just the GB strategy has really kind of kept you for a loop. I'm very curious to see what you bring this week. There is obviously Black Wings, which are probably the biggest potential deck of the meta. But other than that, I mean, there's some generic tuners, some good staples. I'm very curious to see what happens this episode, but I'm curious. What are you thinking coming into this episode?
I'm thinking I'm either going to see Black Wings or GBs. So the question is, am I prepared for either, or are you going to pull some third option out? Like, am I going to see Rescue Cat, Dark Strike Fighter? Because
you know, it's funny. That's something I really wanted to try, was some kind of Synchro Cat, but we would need X-Saber Arabellum, and yeah, I think that only comes in a structure deck or something like that. We don't have access to it in our series, so unfortunately I don't get to play Synchro Cat. It is what it is, but
yeah.
I'm real excited for this one though, bud. You ready to get into this?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Good luck.
Yep.
Ooh, okay. Scissors. All right. It's all about drive, Ricardo.
No.
All right. I'm going to go first.
Yeah.
All right. Draw phase, draw, and standby phase.
Yeah, you're good.
We're going to enter main phase 1, and I think we're going to start this thing off with a good old Allure of Darkness. We're going to draw 2. Ooh, those are good ones. And I'm going to banish a Dark Monster, and I'm going to banish a pretty good tuner that I was able to pick up in the set. Gale, the
Yep.
Whirlwind. Oops, that's banished. Gale is a really amazing tuner. It goes to 1, I believe, for our next episode, but so many decks splash this into their engine in any way that they could. So definitely a solid pickup for myself. After that, it's time to give away what I'm playing. You were kind of on it at the start of the episode. I'm going to activate Black Whirlwind and normal summon Bora the Spear. I'm going to activate Black Whirlwind to search. I'm going to go ahead and add myself a copy of Kalute to hand.
Okay.
The Cimoooooooo special, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
And after that, I think all I'm going to do is I'm going to set 2 back row and pass the turn.
All right, here we go. Draw. Damn, that Kalute is a problem. You know, I feel like one of those has to be an Icarus attack, but all I can do here is T-set and pass.
Ooh, okay. We'll start the turn. Standby phase. Anything?
Nah.
I think I'm just going to enter the battle phase and attack your set monster. See
Alright,
what
so
happens.
it is Witch of the Black Forest.
Ooh, okay. So you get a search, and Bora does do piercing.
So that's a
So that'll be
500?
500 damage.
I think I gotta add Dad to hand.
Just Dad. No big
Yeah.
deal.
No big deal.
Okay, well, main phase 2. You know, I think I'm chilling. I want to see what else you do. I'm going to have my turn.
All right, draw. I'm gonna go ahead and set 1 more card, and then I'll pass.
Okay, another set and pass. All right, drawing for turn. Well, let's just repeat what happened last time. We'll attack with Bora.
So that is fine, but it is one of my newest tuners, Plague Spreader Zombie. Black means for tempting, but I got the package for zombies, you know?
Right. That completes the puzzle, really, outside of the Goblin Zombie.
Yeah, rest in peace to the homie that never made it.
I'll trade you a Dark Arm for a Goblin Zombie if you're.
I don't know.
Seems pretty fair. Secret rare for secret rare.
You got a point.
All right, I'm just gonna pass. Let's see what happens.
Draw. Damn, this is rough, but I think all I can do right now is set and pass.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm not gonna force anything if I don't have to. So, draw, standby phase. Is there anything?
Now you're good.
All right, we're gonna activate another copy of Allure of Darkness.
Yeah.
Draw 2. And we are going to go ahead and banish Sirocco from hand. After that, I will activate another draw card, Graceful Charity.
Yeah.
Draw 3. Discard 2. I think in this case, I'm going to go ahead and discard an Icarus attack and a Book of Moon. After that, I'm going to normal summon a Shura to the field. Anything on summon?
I will bottomless the Shura.
Doesn't shock me. I've been surprised that I haven't seen this the last couple episodes. This card's like really solid, and I mean, I don't have access to it, and I think you have like 2 or 3, right?
I think I have a playset.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, well, so this gets banished, and I don't get to search for the Whirlwind. I guess we're just going to go to battle, and I'll swing again.
This time it is Raikou.
Ooh, okay.
So
you still
pop
take
the
some
Bora.
damage. All right, so that goes to grave.
And of course the Raikou effect. Mind Master. Ooh, heavy. And Forbidden Chalice.
Oh, man. All right. I think after that, seeing how there's no heavy now, I will set another card and end the turn.
Draw. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start off with Card of Safe Return.
All right. Yeah, you're good.
And then I will normal summon Junk Synchron.
Ooh, okay. All Are you activating the effect?
Yes, and targeting Raikou.
All right, I will chain my trap card, Royal Oppression, to negate and destroy your junk Synchron. Synchros are getting pretty big right now, and Oppression is definitely a solid card during this time, for sure.
That Royal Oppression is a pain in the ass, but
Yeah.
all I can really do here is set and pass.
All right, starting turn. Standby phase, anything?
You're good.
All right, main phase 1, I will normal summon the Caloot.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, and I'll use Black Whirlwind to search.
Yep.
And in this case, I will go ahead and add Gale to hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just go ahead and enter the battle.
Yeah.
Poke for 14.
Yep.
All right, and I'll pass the turn.
Draw. It's kind of rough. That oppression is a pain in the ass. Okay.
I had a feeling, I'm like, this card is going to either be really bad this week or insanely clutch. And, well, I guess I made a pretty decent call.
Damn. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start off by activating Book of Life.
Okay.
So I will target the Plague.
Okay.
And
I definitely
Bora.
have to negate that. So that'll be another 800 on my end.
I will special summon Dark Arm Dragon.
Okay. Well, obviously I have to negate that one. Can't let that slide.
And then I will activate Pot of Avarice.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're doing.
So I'll send Dark Armed, Junk, Witch, Raikou, and the Mind Master back to the deck. Shuffle and draw 2. And then I will activate Change of Heart.
Ooh.
And take your Caloot.
Oh man, that's rough. All right, yeah. Here you go.
Then I'll normal summon Jane and enter the battle phase.
On normal summon, I'm gonna activate Torrential Tribute.
Damn. I will have to pass.
All right, starting turn. Normal summon Gale.
Yeah.
Enter the battle.
Yeah.
And poke for 13. And I'll pass the turn.
Draw. All right. I guess it's up to this. I will activate Graceful Charity.
Yeah.
Draw 1, 2, and 3. And I gotta send 2 to grave. And here, I guess the best option is... Gotta go with the Mind Master. Man, I really don't want to give this card away, but... Phynoxian Seed.
What? All right.
I will take the risk here and activate Instant Fusion.
Okay. So you pay 1,000 life points, and I will have to pay 800 to negate it.
And I guess I'll have to pass there.
All right. Starting turn. I guess we'll just go straight to the battle and try to swing for game.
Can't believe I'm wasting this on a single Gale. I will Mirror Force the Gale.
All right. Okay. Goes to grave. Main phase 2. I'm going to normal summon a Caloot. And I will use the Whirlwind to search the 3rd copy of Gale from deck to hand.
Yeah.
Set 1. Pass.
Here we go. Standby
Phase. Ring for game.
Oh, you know, the other day I was like, I haven't seen Ring of Destruction in a while, and I know you have it. So,
yeah.
Like, where has this been?
It's been in the deck, just haven't drawn it.
All right, man. I have to take first here because Black Wings are... well, they're Black Wings.
Yeah.
All right, opening draw. Standby. Main. I'm going to go ahead and set 3 cards face down, and I'll have to pass there.
Oh, wow. Going back row heavy. Okay, standby phase, anything?
You're good.
All right, main phase 1. I'll fire off Allure of Darkness.
Yeah.
We'll draw 2 and banish 1. I think in this case, I'm going to banish a Gale.
Okay.
Then after that, let's just normal summon a Bora.
Yeah, that's good.
Battle phase?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Alright, 17. Main 2, we'll
Yeah.
set a card and pass the turn.
Alright, draw. Damn, Black Wings. Damn it.
Yeah, I know, a 17 beater with piercing. Pretty scary.
I'm going to go ahead and activate Change of Heart.
Ooh, okay. Trying to force me to Icarus attack, huh?
Yep.
Alright, I'll let you take it.
And then I will normal summon Psychic Commander.
Okay, sounds good.
And I'm going to go to battle. Yeah, so Commander for 14.
Alright,
And then Bora for 17.
sounds good.
Main phase 2. I will synchro summon a level 7 monster.
Okay.
Dark Strike Fighter.
Okay, I'm gonna pay 8. And
I-
hopefully this resolves.
Activate Solemn Judgment.
Okay, no problem. I'll take that.
What is
I'll pay
half of-
8, you pay half.
Let me think here. I think I'll pass on the Strike Fighter.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, thinking here for a second. This is hilarious. Okay. Let's see if this works or not.
Yeah.
First, I'll start off with Giant True Name.
That's an issue. I feel like I should do this. And this either is going to cost me a game or save me. I will compulse my Strike Fighter.
Oh, okay. Well, that does stop one part of my plan, but I have another option though. So I'm going to normal summon Bora the Spear,
Yeah.
and I will special summon Gale.
Yeah.
We'll go to battle.
Yeah, so that's
and
going to
I'll
be
poke
3k.
you 3k. No Colute for game, unfortunately. Main
Am I about
phase
to see
2.
Strike Fighter?
I'm gonna synchro for 7, maybe, bro, maybe. Dark Strike Fighter for game, bud. Oh, that's so degenerate, man. Oh, so good.
Man, we got Chaos Emperor Dragon for this shit, bro.
I know, right? And it's not once per turn. So originally what I was thinking was I was just going to normal summon Sirocco for the turn, and then I would still special summon all my bodies, make my Sirocco really big, and just swing over your Dark Strike Fighter, and then main phase 2 make my Strike Fighter and burn you for the rest either way. But it worked out the same, I guess.
Yeah, so the other set card was Mirror Force.
Okay.
All right, so this week, you saw the Chalice, which you didn't get to see play because I got milled. Plague was new, obviously. I feel like main deck-wise, there wasn't much aside from the Amaryllis and the Plague Spreader. Extra deck-wise was pretty ridiculous. So obviously, you saw the Strike Fighter. Did not work out in my favor. Because of Plague, I could bring out Revive King Hades, which I pulled last episode.
Nice.
And there was a couple other cards I pulled for extra deck. I pulled the Hyper Blaster, but I need a non-tuner Psychic for that. And the only one I have is Magical Android. And unless I wanted to run Hyper Synchron, I don't have access to a level 4 tuner. So that obviously didn't make the cut. Main deck wise, it's in the side right now, but we have the Zombie Master in the main deck. You were running the Blackwing, so obviously I had the side the 3 Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors, which means that, Zombie Master wasn't really going to be the best option. Despite citing 3 of them, I did not see a single one. So that helped out a lot. But yeah, the deck was pretty trap heavy. The double bottomless, the compulsionary, the double solemns, and then sided in all the old familiar ones, the Wing Blast, the Raigeki Break, the Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors. Lone Fire, I think, made its debut in the deck because I figured if I had the seeds, I could easily get one out and then summon the Amaryllis.
Yeah, I saw that. Once I saw you pitch that, I was like, okay, I know what he's trying to do.
And then the other plant that's not in the side right now is Gigaplant. But it's a level 6 monster, and I drew it game 1, so I was like, well, this is useless to me.
Oh man. Well, for my deck list, honestly, it's nothing crazy. It's literally 3 of every Blackwing, and then I only opened 1 of the Blizzard. So outside of that, it's pretty staple. I have the 2 Allure, 1 from my opening, 1 from a wheel. I main decked the Oppressions, so that was just kind of my tech choice of the deck, I guess. It was either that or maybe I was going to play Upstart. This is after the side, so you can see there's my bodies here. That's actually for the side deck, just in case I thought you were having more like removal, like Bottomless Trap Hole, which I saw, or maybe if I thought you were on more destruction cards than normal. And when I saw set 3, game 2, I was like, oh yeah, I definitely made the right choice. And it had always performed good when I was playing it in GB, so I figured I might as well side it and see what happens. Plus, in the mirror match, just in case you did play Blackwing, I figured it could stop your Icarus attack as well if you targeted a monster. But again, it's nothing really crazy. I mean, you could see yourself if you flip through. It's all generic staples and then 3 of pretty much everything. I know next week Gale goes to 1. And so I could still play this deck if I wanted to. I don't know. We'll see what happens. There's some interesting things that come next set. As far as extra deck stuff goes, pretty much everything's the same except for, well, there's the Dark Strike Fighter. And on my wheel, I got a Stardust Dragon, which is really cool. I hit Ultra, and I was this close to just grabbing a second Teleport. But in the end, I figured I'd get Stardust because outside of Stardust, all I have is the Colossal Fighter for my level 8s. Yeah. And I figured Stardust backed up with something like Oppression would be pretty decent in any deck that I wound up playing. And it's just one of my favorite synchros, so I figured why not? And then the only other card that really changed in the extra deck, I actually got lucky in my last pack and pulled an Armor Master as well. It's not like insanely powerful, but it's definitely a very good synchro to make with this deck. So very glad I got it. I didn't pull the level 6, unfortunately, which was a super, which would have been really nice. But yeah, all in all, pretty standard, pretty staple, nothing too fancy. I just wanted to bring the best deck possible, especially because I figured you probably would have played this deck. But yeah, it looks like you went the more zombie route this week.
Yeah, I pulled 1 Gale, and then I think 2 Boras, and a single Sirocco.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
And then I pulled a lot of Blackwings from the Raging Battle set, but with 1 Gale, I just felt like there's no way I could really play this because I'd be depending on that draw. So I could tech it in, but I couldn't really build the deck around it. And of course, Zombie Master and Plague Spreader around. I have Painful Choice. The Lightsworns are always there to just mill the grave. So I feel like Zombies was a better route to go. But yeah, I could not get the Blackwings needed for the deck.
Well, this episode was a whole lot of fun, Ricardo. I'm looking forward to next week. A lot of really cool stuff comes out. Nothing that's going to flip the meta on its head, but there's definitely a couple more deck options for sure.
Yeah.
Here's hoping to see you guys next week. Peace.